What's going on, guys? Your boy Maze here. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the 7 Daily Sins 3.5 anniversary special thank you draw and who you guys should be picking at the 420 pity on the banner, as this is a pick your own loyalty reward, so you guys can select a specific character, and we're going to be talking about each character on this banner and which one is actually worth picking up on the pity. The reason why I'm making this video is because we actually are able to get to it today, so we're going to be doing my multi on this video as well, and then together we're going to be looking through all the characters, and I'm going to tell you guys which one is the most valuable for your account. So let's hop into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to the 40,000 subscribers. If you guys have not hit that subscribe button, man, definitely make sure to turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. And pretty much, guys, we're going to be doing the multi now, so let's actually hop in. We'll do this multi, and then what we'll do is after the multi, together we'll go over each character, and I'll tell you if they're even worth picking up or not. So right here, this is usually, I'm just gonna, it's hard to say actually, because I could skip the multi, but you know, it's because it's glitched animations. If you guys don't know, it's a UR character pull. So if you get one of them, it's you know, it could be glitched, and even if you lose, it'll show you get the character. So I'm gonna pull down. We're gonna lose, and then it might go glitched, or it might just be that I got shafted. We'll see. We'll see. 7% race though. You know, I should get an SSR here. Or UR. Okay, we got shafted. Hate to see it. So yeah. So pretty much there's the multi, right? So now we're actually on the 420 pity itself. Now if we actually go to check reward, we can actually look at each of the characters here. So first things first, we have Galland here. So Galland is going to be the first character. Galland is obviously going to be a character that, you know, he's very old at this point. He doesn't have like too many uses really. I think like mainly would be like maybe reverse stages at this point in the game. Like there's no real like main use for this Galland. So I think honestly, if you were to pick this Galland, you don't actually have to. He has Amplify, he has AoE Bleed, and then he has his ultimate, which is okay. His commandment is the Petrify if you rank down or rank up. And yeah, I mean, he's okay. I don't think he's worth it. Blue Melascula, she's okay as well, but she really doesn't have a use either. Like this is probably the least used Melascula of the three. You have green one being really good and red one being really good as well. But the blue one right here doesn't really do too much, right? She has basic stats increase, I think, for more gauge on the field, but it's only a 1% increase. So the max you can get is 30% using other people and your own team, right? So it's not too great, and then she doesn't really have too good of skills. Monsby right here, he's also a character that you kind of don't really care for, right? Like, you know, a lot of these commandment characters, like if I have to be like 100% honest, I don't think any of you guys should be picking any of the commandment characters. Maybe Droll though. Droll would be the only one I would recommend, and that's because he's a really good link on a lot of characters like Zeldris. I think he's he's another good link as well on a Dian, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I know Droll is really good as an HP link on a lot of these you know, characters. So, and you know, picking up a copy of him might not be too bad if that gets you the 6/6. But yeah, so pretty much like in general though, like Glox is not too good. Estarossa is not too good. Darriere, even Darriere nowadays, not too good as well. So you don't really necessarily need to pick these characters up. And also another thing too is that these characters are all on SSR tickets, right? So if you look at like Galland, Melascula, Monspeed, Gloxinia, Estarossa, Darriere, Fraudrin, Zeldris, Droll, even the Archangels too. These three are all on the SSR tickets. So those honestly off the rip would be characters that you shouldn't really prioritize. Now the last three characters that we have left over would be Noblesse Easton, Human Weapon Mono, and then Weapon Researcher Valenti. Now what I would recommend for you guys, and this is very important as well, if you guys do not have any characters, like any like goddess characters or any Ragnarok characters for Nidhogg, and you want to clear floor 1, this Valenti is very good, because her passive, if you guys don't know, decreases all enemies pierce rate by the value of the hero's resistance at the start of the battle. Just by rolling her with resistance rolls on her gear set, you can actually make it so the boss does a lot less damage on you, and so using that, you'll be able to pretty much be able to at least clear floor 1 of Nidhogg fairly consistently, right? So Valentia is the one I would mainly recommend. You know, Mono is an okay character as well, but she doesn't really have too much of a use, right? Like, you know, overall her character kit is okay. You know, you get a little bit extra damage on bleeding, poison, and shock debuffs, but other than that, you're not really gonna have too much success with Mono in anything in the game. And then Red Easton here. Red Easton's okay. You know, she has a cleanse card, which is pretty nice. Could be fairly useful. She does give damage reduction for catastrophes and from single target attack skills for each ally of second, you know, of the 7 catastrophes, including the secondary slot as well. So you get an extra damage reduction stack for, you know, whoever's in the back line. So, you know, overall, if I had to say who you guys should be picking for sure, like at least from the selection here that you have from Easton, Mono, or Valenti, definitely Valenti. Valenti is the most valuable one for sure. And then yeah, the Archangels are definitely good options as well, even though they're on the SSR tickets, like I mentioned with the commandments. The difference is with the Archangels is that if you get them 6 out of 6, their Grace is going to be a really good effect to run as Link. Now the most important one I would say of the 3 would be Red Sariel, because Red Sariel is a damage Link, and he's still a meta damage Link to this day. Like I think you can still run Mael. And Mael is better than Sariel in my opinion, because you know, he has more like stats and stuff. But Sariel, if you're running a character that like pretty much guaranteed crits or can crit a lot, like this is going to be the character you want to actually pick. And if you don't have him 6/6 already, it's actually very good to get him 6 out of 6 for Link you know, purposes, right? Because you're probably not going to be using them on field, but if you have them at all, and you need dupes as well, getting a Sariel copy would be pretty good if you own like the rest of these characters as well. Like if you don't have Valenti, I'd still recommend Valenti, but if it's a situation where like you're missing dupes on the Archangels and you don't know which one to pick, Sariel will be priority, and then I'd say Blutariel, then Ludo, and then yeah, and then for the catastrophe characters, I would literally just say the order should be Valenti, Easton, and then Mono. And then from the commandments, it would mainly just be a Green Droll. I think he'd be like the only one I'd recommend, because he's a really good Link. So yeah, and then I just noticed Gamer Shin's here. Shin is actually a good I actually just noticed him. He's a good farming unit, so there's that. Actually no, if I had to re-rank them in the catastrophes, then I would do Valenti, I would do Noblesse Easton, then Shin, then Mono, right? Because Shin is still a good character. He's a good farming unit. But if you have like Tyr, if you have like Red Brunhild, like there's always those characters, and they're a little bit better nowadays. But yeah, I mean, he's still a really good farming unit, so there's that. But yeah, what my recommendation would be, guys. So let's actually prioritize. Okay, now that we've like I told you guys like of each like type of character, which one was the most important to pick up. Now I'm gonna tell you guys the ranking in my opinion. So the ranking would be Valenti #1, because she is very valuable in terms of clearing demonic beast battles, and in general just having that resistance for her passive right here, and lowering enemies pierce rate is really strong. The Valenti would be my #1 option if you don't have her. Okay, if you don't have her. And then what I would say from then on would be the Archangels if you're missing dupes, or if you don't own them at all either, because they're still really good as well. Sariel being the priority, then Tarmiel, and then Ludo. And then from there, it would kind of be a situation where you would pick between the rest of the catastrophes, because they're not on SSR tickets, they're more limited, I guess you could say, than the commandments. So I'd say, you know, maybe Noblesse Easton, or you could do Gamer Shin, or you could do Mono if like you're missing them in your box, let's say. And then for the final part with the commandments and stuff, I would say my pick would probably be Green Droll if you're missing dupes on him, just so you can run him as Link. And I think, you know, other than that, you're really not going to be picking up any of these other commandment characters. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the setup right here, guys. So what I'm gonna do before I actually do this you know, single here, is I'm gonna make sure I have all the characters 6/6 from this banner itself. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to commandments. So what I want, like, this is really good for you guys as well if you're like one of those long-term players. Make sure, oh wait, I should go by characteristic. Make sure that you check to see if you have these characters 6 out of 6, right? So I'm gonna go to filter ultimate move level. I do have the red Noblesse Easton 6 out of 6. That was the one I was like kind of iffy about, but we do have Valenti already as well. So I think I have all the characters 6/6 on the banner then. But if we go to commandment, yep, we have everybody 6/6 in the commandment side of things. And then if we go to the Archangel side of things as well, yeah, as you guys can see, we have pretty much all of them 6 out of 6 with just a 1 out of 6 Ludo though. So yeah, for me, it doesn't really matter who I pick, because I have them all 6 out of 6. But for you guys, and because I mentioned it in the video, I will pick the Valenti here for you guys, because that is the most important one in my opinion for a lot of you guys. So I'm gonna pick the Valenti, and yeah, that's pretty much that. So there you guys go, man. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you guys learned something. But that's gonna be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace out, and have a great rest of your day.